Jesus.
As the opposition continues to strategize on dethroning President William Ruto, amid continued pressure from the youth for the resignation of the head of state, opposition figures have hit out at the government over failure to address critical issues affecting the country. Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i is now calling on the head of state and senior government officials to put their bravado aside and focus on addressing the plight of not only the young generation but the country at large.
The Bible is the most quoted text, even by our leaders in government. That same Bible says, "Come now, let us reason together." You know, accepting that we have a challenge does not make you less important, does not take away the power of your office. The level of bitterness and anger down below in the country is unprecedented. I have not seen that before. Now, to imagine that there's nothing wrong and carry on as if it's business as usual, honestly, you have to be a very strange person.
With President William Ruto's close allies calling for the arrest of former DP Rigathi Gachagua on grounds of causing chaos through the recent demonstrations, amid allegations of being the financier and that most of the protesters came from central Kenya, Matiang'i was quick to dismiss the claims, coming to the defense of the ousted deputy president.
How can you say, now we are talking about one community, or saying, you know, the people who were on the streets came from Murang'a and Nyeri, and then they went all the way to Kericho and Kisii and Kakamega and Mombasa. So there was no one in Murang'a and Nyeri that day. Everyone left Murang'a and Nyeri, went to Busia and Kisumu, honestly.
Amid allegations by Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen on the financiers and planners of the protests, Matiang'i, who recently declared his presidential ambitions, called on Murkomen to stop the sideshows and swing into action.
That, you know, I don't know who, I saw them on the TV, they're dropping money. So when you saw them dropping money, why didn't you arrest them? Because, you know, when leaders tell us these things, and I've said this several times before, I mean, as a minister, if I was a cabinet minister myself, as a minister, I would never make allegations. Sasa niwaambie nyinyi wananchi mfanye nini? Hamuna pingu, hamuna polisi, hamwezi kukamata mtu. Sasa nikuje kulia huko kwa wananchi, mfanye nini nyinyi wananchi?
With the clergy coming under fire from CS Murkomen, Matiang'i came to their defense, insisting that the government ought to listen to the men and women of cloth as the situation in the country remains dire.
I associate myself with the remarks and the position that has been taken by the religious leaders in this country, private sector groups that are saying the same thing as we are saying, namely that our country is headed the wrong direction. And this is not rocket science. You don't need a PhD from Harvard to know we are headed the wrong direction. You can see it. It's written all over the place.
Githunguri lawmaker Gathoni wa Mushomba echoed Matiang'i's sentiments, blasting the government over what she termed as excessive use of force on the youth amid growing discontentment across the country.
Guns, tear gas, and accusations and blames are not going to give us a solution. Dialogue will. The government of the day must seek to have dialogue with the young people of Kenya. And we are waiting to see that kind of leadership, not the blame games of who did what, who said what. Enough is enough. We need dialogue.